Alright, welcome back. Okay, today is going to be the first day of our getting our garden back to what it's supposed to be, or looking at least a little bit sort of cute, right? You saw me walk you through it yesterday as we um, got acquainted to what it looks like now after 3 weeks of abandonment. We didn't really abandon it, but yeah, after 3 weeks of not having mommy gardener here, right? Okay, I've started the video with just looking at this chocolate drop coleus because it looks so chocolate droppy at the moment, right? The color on the leaves, that brown, has really intensified. I'm used to seeing it like this with that new growth, right? But now the older growth has just gotten really dark. Do you see that? Really dark and chocolatey. Looking really good. Let me pull back so you can see the whole thing. Loving it. My husband kept this one watered really well, and I am grateful for that. And, you know, I do this. I would like to maybe keep it in the garden next year. Because I've had it outside though, I'd not take the container inside. That's not going to happen because I'm afraid of bugs and all that good stuff. But what I will do is I will take some cuttings from this, because it is a coleus, right? I'm going to take some cuttings from it later in the season and see if I can grow them on indoors so that I'll have it in the garden again for next year, right? Cool beans, loving it. All right. Okay, people, let's get to what we're supposed to be doing, okay? Which is the rose walk. We always start on the rose walk. Why do we start on the rose walk? Because it is the smallest section, most contained section of the garden. And so when I work in this section and I feel like I get something done, I feel like, hey, I got this. All right, I'm a super gardener here, right? So we started the smallest section, yeah, so that I can feel good about myself and what I do. Okay, I wanted to look at this rose right here. This is the poet's wife, one of them, and I'm looking at the growth on this particular cane. It's tilted over, and you see all of those new shoots. I don't know why. I'm looking at it because I'm trying to figure out if that growth is normal. Okay, I don't know. I'm seeing those little red tips. Always hyper focused on my roses simply because I know I have an issue in my garden and I want to keep my roses as healthy as possible. But because I am unsure about this particular cane, I'm going to take it off and then we're going to watch the rose for a while to make sure we have a healthy rose growing here, right? Lots of buds concentrated on just this one section of the plant. All right, maybe nothing to be worried about, but hey. All right, second thing to note, it's a really perfect time to look at your garden is when your garden is fully grown, to see what's working and what's not. And pulling back so you can see it, the rose walk for me at the moment is not working. I can't believe I'm saying that. It's not working, and it's not working because it feels too crowded. Yes, it feels a little bit too crowded for me. So I'm going to work on maybe thinning it out a bit, removing, I don't know who I'll remove, but I know I need to thin it out a bit so that it feels more of a welcoming sort of a space. Right now it just feels way too crowded. All right, but okay, we'll not talk about aesthetics at the moment. What we're going to do is go ahead and we're going to start getting it cleaned up. We're going to start with a lot of deadheading. So we're going to deadhead all of these spent blooms, clean up the roses. We're actually going to clean the hydrangeas up a bit too. Take off the really brown growth that we don't need. Look at the poet's wife, always gorgeous. Look at her. Oh, isn't she beautiful? Absolutely beautiful rose. All right, and then we're just going to work our way down. I do want to work on Gertrude Jekyll. As I mentioned in our previous video, we're going to go ahead and try to keep her in the garden. There is that bloom on the back that I showed you yesterday. She is now open. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer there if I focus in. Do you see her? Cute, right? Yeah. So this rose has potential and she is a vigorous little grower. So I'll do my best to see if we can get her trained in so that we can keep her in the garden and get back to size. All right. And then let me pull you here for just one moment. I did take a second. Yesterday we watered the hydrangeas and they're still looking pretty rough. Those leaves are not rebounding for me. If you look, the leaves actually look worse today than they did yesterday. I can't believe it. So not quite sure what's happening, but I'm going to keep them watered as I am determined not to lose my hydrangeas, right? These are my little hotties. Loving on my little hotties, people. And then there, if you can kind of see it in the background, let me get a little larger again. Can you see that pink rose at the very end? That is James L. Austin. Woo! He is so cute. Even from here, he's cute. All right, so let me not spend all my time talking. Let's go ahead and get to working. Let's thin this area out so that we are comfortable. And let's see what it looks like once we are all done. It would be nice if I had the camera. There you go. All right. Look at this weed. Again, growing in Princess Anne's bed. I think I'm probably going to take Princess Anne out, but we'll see. All right, people, are you ready to work with me? All right, let's do this. Okay, here we are on the rose walk, people. The first rose that I'm working on here is Desdemona. All right, Desdemona is looking beautiful for the wear, right? Absolutely gorgeous. She's got some beautiful blooms there for us. We can't complain. But what Desdemona is having trouble with right now are the weeds. All right, you see this little weed holding on to my baby? We're going to go ahead and get that off. And then we're going to work from her. She's the first rose that starts to walk. We're going to start with her and we're going to work our way back down. All right. I'll speed up the process for you because, as always, it takes me a while. Alright, so here are the bed with the little hottie hydrangeas and these annuals. We're going to go ahead and clear it out. Alright, so that we can figure out what we want to do with the space for next year. And I think it's going to look way better. Right now it looks like, oh, a bit too congested for me. Okay, so I think that was a semi-successful day in the garden. What do you think? We got the dapple willow beds cleared out. We did do some trimming back on the weeds in the rose walk. Right? We still have to now turn our attention to the rose island and other aspects of the garden, but we're making progress, so progress is good. All right, I'll go ahead and we'll end right here. You are absolutely awesome. Join me for our next video. We're going to start tackling the rose island and different sections of the garden, and we are going to pull this garden together, right? Yes, we are. Loving it. Thanks so much for watching, guys. You're awesome, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.